Hello. Long time no speak. Well, I mean, not really. I've been doing streams and some other things, but I haven't really been doing videos lately. And there's a lot of reasons for that. And there's a lot of things that I've been working on in the background, in the shadows. And I want to talk to you about that and get started doing video things again. Hello, everyone. My name is Charlie. I'm a non-binary sci-fi fantasy writer. And yeah, it's been a while since I've actually made a video. And for those of you who've been with the channel for a while, this is going to feel new, but old at the same time. Because, yeah, I've played around with a lot of things and I just don't want to turn a camera on. I just don't. I've tried some things, but anybody who remembers my old audio vlogs from back in the day, the format's going to feel very reminiscent of those times for you. So, where have I been? What have I been working on? And what's going on? If you saw the name of this video, you already have spoilers. So, long story short, I tripped, fell down, and got a job. I didn't mean to get a job. It wasn't my intent to get a job, but I did. And it took up quite a bit of my time, and it was a lot to do and try to do other things. I was working there. And then it turned into a much more complex job, and that gave me even less time. So it became harder to do about anything I wanted to be doing. Long story short, I have free time again. I still have a job, still working at it, but I have some free time to be able to connect with everybody again and start doing those things that I really love to do. And on that note, I've been doing a lot of what have I been up to? In the background, I have not stopped world building. I've not stopped making stories. I've not stopped writing books. Just haven't had the real time to invest into getting anything done and out into the world. One of the things that I've done recently is started a Ream account. Now, Ream, you may have heard of it, is a new website where you can go and support your favorite writers and get stories from them in return. And the stories that I'm putting up there are some of my older books. And guess what? They're technically free. What do I mean by technically free? You just have to follow me. As long as you give me a follow over there, you'll be able to get the books. They're coming out week by week. Some of them have already finished. Some of them are still in the process of coming out. But that's all you have to do. Just go over there. You'll find a link down in the doobly-doo. Wherever they put the doobly-doo now, you'll find a link to my Ream there. Just go check it out. Give me a follow. Tell me what you think. We can get access to some of my early stories there. And eventually, my newer ones, because that's where I'm really excited. So, for anybody who's been following the channel for a while, you know that I was working on a series called Mask of the Gods. And I may have a book and a half written in this setting. Really can't wait to get that out. But I've also had this dream, this idea in the back of my head. And this goes all the way back to the year 2000. I was at a Comic-Con in Oakland, California. And I got this idea of, wouldn't it be nice to have a tabletop role-playing game set in one of my settings? Wouldn't that be lovely? I actually got to sit and talk to Ryan Dacey, who is one of the people who created the OGL license and the open game language for Wizards of the Coast for D&D 3rd edition. And we talked about it for a while. He got really excited about it. I got really excited about it. I went home and tried to make the game. Got extremely overwhelmed because I didn't have all the world building worked out at the time. So trying to do world building and game mechanics at the same time was just way too much. But it's a dream that never really went away. In fact, one of the earliest videos on this channel is my biggest publishing dreams, my wildest publishing dreams. And in that video, I talk about wanting to have games. I love tabletop role-playing games. They're one of my favorite things. And if you head over to projectshadow.com, I have a full article over there about my love of tabletop role-playing games and why I'm working on what I'm currently working on, if you want to get a lot more detail about that. And so I've quietly in the background, and I say quietly, like if you watch the live streams, it's not been so quiet, but I haven't really talked about it in the video. But in the background, I've been working on making a tabletop playing game. And as I've been doing the world building, I started working on the fate system because Knight, our main character in the Mask of the Gods series, and his companions, Amran and Iron, are servants of the goddesses of fate. And so I wanted players to be able to experience this. So I started working on a game system that would let people actually consult them without having to bother the GM, like an actual random way of consulting what is fate in this situation. And the more I developed that game system, the more I realized, hey, you know what? This would make an interesting solo RPG. So that's what I'm currently working on. It's called Fate's Hunter, and it's actually going to be the first in a series of solo RPGs that I'm going to be coming out with. And it's almost ready to go to beta testers. I'm so excited. You have no idea. It's built in the Cypher system. So if you want to check that out, go over to Monty Cook Games and check it out. I love the Cypher system. I've run a lot of games in Cypher. It is so much fun to play it. But you'll be able on your own or with a group. And that's very important to me. That's one of the things that's making this take a little bit of time is I wanted to have all of the rules that you can play solo by yourself if you want to, or if you want to run it for others, all the rules are there for that too. But you'll be able to play through the same scenario that Knight is going through in the first book in the Mask of God series. Now, you're not going to play through the exact same story because of the random elements that take place during the game. You are going to face different challenges than Knight does. You're going to be facing different struggles and different obstacles that you have to overcome in order to become a full-fledged member of the Ifrian Tan and earn a mask and earn the blessing of the goddesses that you can go out into the galaxy and start the work. I can't get over how excited I am about working on this game. It's been wonderful to be able to both use world building I've done already and also add new world building to it so that it's more fleshed out and has some species that aren't in the books, some that I knew about, and others were brand new just for this. It's been so much fun to put together, and I can't wait to start sharing it with you. And of course, it and Mask of the Gods are going to be coming out together. Now, how that's going to work, it's going to go out on Ream. So you'll be able to get chapters as they are ready, popping out over there. Now, those are going to be for pay because I have to make a living. And that's really where a lot of my struggle has come in lately, is trying to make a living as a creative artist is a struggle. I've got my music out as Project Shadow, which you can find on my Project Shadow channel here on YouTube, or you can find that over on wherever you stream your music. Got a couple albums out there. I am shocked at the number of people that are listening to them, but if you know anything about streaming revenue, I think you need to get to around 2 million active monthly listeners before you're making anything like decent money. And I don't foresee that in my future. So my goal is to be in as many creative places as I can. I'm still going to be making music. I'm going to be writing stories, and I'm going to be doing more videos, more podcasts, just more putting things out into the world that I love. Because these are dark times. Things are really difficult for a lot of us. And for me, the solution to that is to just do whatever I can to bring joy into my life and into the lives of others. That doesn't mean that these stories are all going to be shiny happy. Like when we get to one of the ones that's on the horizon, I don't talk about too much, but that's a dark story. Those are just in dark places, but I still think it's enjoyable, and I think it's a very cathartic and fun tale. More about that one in the future. But my goal here is to tell good stories and to bring you all along on the journey with me. So I'm going to be talking about some of the things that I've been learning about writing. We're going to be talking about what I've been learning playing around over on Ream, which hopefully I will start having some kind of readership over there. Like using the software I know how to do, but how to get people over there and looking at the work that's there. I think they have a big discovery issue that they're working on, but it's not where it needs to be. But I like a place that's very dedicated for writers trying to tell their stories their way. So you can go over and check that out. Let me know what you think. Let me know how that experience is for you, because this for me is the most important thing. I want them to be accessible to as many people as they can be in the best way that they can. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to put them up over on Amazon. I'm not putting them in Kindle Velo because I had a very bad experience with Kindle Velo. So I'm not going to go down that road again, but they will be available as Kindle books. So I want to have this relationship with you. Stuff's going to be over there. I'm building a community over at projectshadow.com. I'm trying to use the chat feature over there to share stuff that I find interesting and get some conversations going. Most of the stuff over there is going to be free. Of course, you can support me there too. And I'm going to have to get over this fear that I think a lot of us as writers do have of asking for support as a writer, as a creative person. Because while the idiots in charge of Spotify want to say that creativity is free, the technology and the tools that make creativity work in the modern world are not free. Laptops are not free. Internet connections are not free. Being able to eat, and they forget that when they're looking at what's going on. Yeah, we don't have to do expensive studio time. We don't have to do a lot of that kind of overhead, but it's not. And I think we all need to be getting over this fear of asking for support, both financially and just generally. If you like what I'm doing, please share it on wherever you share your stuff. Facebook, Threads, Instagram, Blue Sky, wherever you share stuff. Share not only my work, but the work of all the creators that you like, because it's hard to get the word out. And it's even harder to do the ask of, could you go to my Ko-fi or my Substack over at projectshadow.com and think about supporting the work that I do, like I'm trying to tape, when in my heart, all I want to do is give. I know a lot of you feel with that. But if we're going to keep this up, if we're going to keep this work coming out, if we're going to get it coming out at a better pace, because the more money I can honestly make from this, the more I can hire editors and stuff to help me get this stuff out. I just need to be honest. So yeah, I'm back. We're going to be doing stuff on this channel. We're going to be talking about book in the game in the lead up to their release. I'm also probably going to be doing what I normally do. Here's a book that I'm enjoying. Here's a concept that I'm chewing on. I definitely want to do something about the Acolyte. I just don't know what that is yet, because, I am loving that show. And that's what the other place where you can help. If there's any kind of content you would like to see from me, any kind of videos or podcasts or anything, let me know in the comments so that I can be making the stuff that you actually want. Because I don't want this to be all about me at the end of the day. I want this to be about us. So yeah, I'm back. I got a book going to be coming your way shortly. And I've got a brand new game that'll be coming your way shortly. And I hope you'll love it as much as I do. But yeah, a short video. I just wanted to peek my head in and say hi and let you know that magic is on the horizon. We are about to enter our solemn hour, and I cannot wait to share this world with you. If you want to get a jump start, there's a link down in the description to my World Anvil, where you can actually dig into the world building that's there already, because there's a lot of stuff already up there, more stuff on the way, a lot more stuff coming soon. And don't forget to join us on the streams, especially the Thursday stream where we just sit around and chat and play Valheim together. Until next time, don't forget to have the fun. Bye.